from here on the stage.
Hare Krishna. Welcome to our Amsterdam temple. Today we have our speaker, Divya Mohan Prabhu here. I'm introducing him because he's new to our temple, but I see that a lot of new faces are here. Prabhuji is practicing Krishna consciousness since 15 years, and he's disciple of Radha Govinda Maharaj, and they live in Idaho and they serve there. So yeah, today they are here, and they have two wonderful kids, Pranav and Radha Govinda, and Mataji, Arundhati Mataji is also here. So welcome to our temple and enjoy today's program. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Welcome everybody.
Thank you.
And thank you Mataji for inviting us actually. It's an opportunity to be here in the company of all the Vaishnavas. Thank you. Yes. Okay. So, anyone who is first time here? I mean,
Lot of
first time. But you've been associated with ISKCON before, or you know, first time? So we'll sing a small bhajan now, just before we discuss about something on Krishna consciousness. And this bhajan is written here, Jai Radha Madhav Kunja Bihari. I think it's like English. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhani. So we'll sing it together. First I sing and then you follow, and then I'll hear you. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Jai So, what we talk today? I'm going to share a very beautiful story with you today. But before that, let's do some connecting thought. You know Bhagavad Gita, right? The Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita, Arjun. Yeah, you all know. What is the first teaching he gave? First teaching. First thing he told Arjun. Any guesses? Any ideas? Yes.
But this is not the attitude for a warrior.
Yes. He started with the it's not attitude, but what is the root cause? What is the reason he gave? First he said the first principle he gave, tattva, principle. He said, Arjun, you're not this body. Then who are you? You are a soul, jiva, living entity. And you are eternal. You have a relationship. You have an eternal relationship with me. Then he explains. Then he starts, because as soon as we know, because this is the first stepping stone for any spiritual realization. If we say that we need to be spiritually advanced, we need to connect to the next level. The first thing theoretically at least, even if it's not practically, theoretically at least, the first thing we know that I'm not this body, I'm a soul. And I have a relationship with the God. I have a relationship with the Krishna. And this is the first thing he told. But then the second question comes, that if I'm not this body and I work in a day-to-day life, everything on the body platform, because I have an office, I have a say son, I have a daughter, I have a brother, sister, husband, wife, the entire life we live in the consciousness that I am this body, and these are my friends, these are my relatives, this is my job, this is my duty. Right? This is how we spend our life. But then when Krishna says you're not this body, you're a soul, then the question comes, how do I connect to this world now? What is the connecting dot? But how? I mean, you're living entire life as if you're a body, but you're a soul. Then how? What is then soul's business? Yeah, what is the soul's business? Then Krishna explains the soul's business. Actually, he gives in the 9th chapter he calls it the most confidential knowledge. 9th chapter. The 18th chapter in Bhagavad Gita, the 9th chapter is called most confidential knowledge, Raj Vidya Raj Guhyam. Secret of all secrets, most secret. And what he says in that secret, that when he starts, he gives, there are many verses he explains Arjun, but then in the essence, Srila Prabhupada explains, he says, Man mana mad bhakto, means remain absorbed in my thoughts. Remain absorbed in my thoughts and become my devotee. Now it looks like a simple statement. It's very simple, just absorb in me and become my devotee. But when we start practically doing it, it's not that simple, because our mind get absorbed in so many other things. We have business, we have work, we have house things, many things which our mind get absorbed in. But then you need to add something.
No.
Okay. So then, the one of the function, because the first thing he says, man mana, be absorbed in me. Yeah, you put your mind in me, and the function of the mind has 3 functions basically: thinking, feeling, and willing. Yeah, so it works in this way. You think of something, you need to feel for that, right? And then you have impetus to do something. Yeah, that feeling. Even if it's a normal life, whatever we do, we generally have these all things. Unless we have office, or we have to go. I mean, if I don't like, I have to go because it's duty, But when we do have a loving feelings, loving relationship, then of course the feeling part is very, 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 very important. And then to demonstrate this feeling part, Krishna, he appears himself 500 something years back as a God Chandra. We see on the altar, Gaura Nitai Nityananda is his big brother, and Gaura, they come and they then start explaining how do we live a life where there's a feeling, and then how he demonstrates, because what he does is that one of the activity which Gauranitai, Gauranga Mahaprabhu, he was used to do is always absorbed in Krishna and hearing the pastimes of Krishna, his dealings with the devotees. Because if you want to love someone, you need to know that person, right? Otherwise, how can you love someone if you don't know someone? And then also, not only we need to know him, but also we need to know that how is his interaction with his devotees. I mean, if someone loves him, what is his interaction? How he deals with that person, right? And then he used to hear the stories of Dhruv Maharaj, one of the devotee of Krishna, and then also Prahlad Maharaj, he is another devotee of Krishna. And then And just by hearing these exchanges between the Lord and his devotees, he get a nourishment in the heart. And then once you hear this nourishment, the feelings generate. Because when we see that, okay, this is how beautiful his relationship is with the devotees, then we also feel something that, yes, I also want that relationship. I also want that. Yeah. Otherwise, it's like, okay, fine, we are supposed to do, say, some rounds of chanting, 16 rounds a day. We need to follow regulatory principle. But then the impetus of that feeling comes when we hear how merciful, how beautiful, how loving his relationships are. And then one of the story I want to share today with you is when Gauranga Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he got sannyas, means he went entered into monk life, renunciant life, sannyasi life, and then after that they settled in one of the place called Shantipur, and later with his mother's guidance, they decided that, okay, Mahaprabhu will have a now headquarters in Jagannath Puri in India. It's in the eastern state, Puri, in India. And then they started a pilgrim. Pilgrim means a journey from one place to other, and on the way they visited few temples. Like now you're visiting this temple, yeah. So same way they visited temple. And one of the temple was Gopal's temple. That's called Sakshi Gopal. This place is in Cuttack in Jagannath Puri, in near the Puri in Odisha. One of the temple name is Sakshi Gopal. Sakshi means, Sakshi is a Hindi word. English means witness. Witness means like say some crime happened, right? So then judge says, okay, who is a witness? Then there is a witness comes. Okay, I saw it. He killed that person, or he something. Yeah, generally we witness in a circumstances when there is a dispute. There's a dispute or there's a allegation. The witness will either prove it or disapprove it. Yeah. So this is what is a witness. But then the Lord's name is Witness Gopal. So then when they reach the temple, so then this generally a usual etiquette that we ask when we see the deities like Vigraha, we usually ask, okay, who are these on the altar, you know? So who the people who are serving regularly? So they'll explain, okay, like in this case we have Karuna Nitai Gaurchandra. Like, so we'll say, okay, they are Karuna Nitai Gaurchandra. This is their history, you know, how they came here in Amsterdam. Yeah. Same way, now they asked, what is the deity's name? This is Sakshi Gopal. Then the question comes, how this name came? Witness Gopal is not a usual name, right? It's not a usual name of Gopal. The Nityananda Prabhu, he said, I know the story behind it. I know the story. Why his name is Sakshi? Then he said, because in his previous time, he visited various holy places in India, and then he previously also came to this temple and heard this story from the priest before. He said, I will narrate this story to you. So I'll not narrate it myself. I want to read it so that I don't miss very nitty-gritties of this story. And just carefully try to listen. And any question you can please ask, so that it becomes interactive. If you don't follow anything, please raise your hand so that we can explain differently, maybe. So you understand, huh? Okay, so let me start. Yeah, so at that time, Nityananda Prabhu had heard the story of Sakshi Gopal from a townspeople. He now recited this again, and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard the narration with great pleasure. So everyone is listening this story. Listen this story now carefully. Formerly, at Vidyanagar in South India, there were two Brahmins who made a long tour to see different places of pilgrimage. So there were two one is elderly, one is young Brahmin. Brahmin means, you know Brahmin, right? In in Vedic culture, Brahmins who are following the Vedic principles and who are worshipping the Lord, and they want to visit, they visited various holy places in India. So they're together doing pilgrim. And this discussion is long back. So maybe, I know, 700,000 years back. Yeah. That time there's no trains, there's no flights. Like you want to go to India, there's a flight. Like within India, you want to go to one place to other place, you can go train. That time, all the journeys are on foot. So you need to go back. So this is not this current time. It's not a current time. It's an old story. So which means there's always, if you imagine today, like we came from Eindhoven now. So it took an hour time for us to come here in a car. But if you have to travel here by foot, then maybe we would have taken 3-4 hours or maybe more. Yeah, and then it's a fatigue. There's a tiredness. Yeah, in coming in a 100-kilometer a day. Yeah? So it's good travel. So we're traveling together. So one Brahman is an old person, other is a young person. So they visited various places in the pilgrim. They call it Kashi, Gaya, Mathura, and they finally reached now one of the place in Vrindavan. Yeah. So and that place is it has a temple of Gopal. The discussion we are going to hear now is that deity, right? So they reached a temple, and then. So it is mentioned that one of the two Brahmanas was an old man and other was young. The young man was assisting the old one. Indeed, the young Brahman always rendered service to the old one, and the old one, being very satisfied with his service, was pleased with him, naturally. So if someone is assisting you, so what is our feel? I feel a sense of gratitude, yeah. So he's helping me so much now, the young guy. Even he told him, he said, you are helping me, not even my own son will help me this way. So you made this pilgrim, this journey so smooth for me. If I need food, you'll go arrange food for me. You'll massage my feet sometime. So it was so comfortable that I'm very pleased with you. Yeah. So generally, if you're pleased with someone, what do you do? Come on, we need to say something. What generally we do?
You give him
You
some
glorify him.
Yeah, you glorify him, that you are very nice. But then if your heart is so much melted now with someone's service, what you do? I want to give you something. You know? If someone helps you so much, that your heart melts so much that you say, okay, I want to give you something. Now he knows, okay, the other Brahmanas doesn't need anything, because he told him actually. He said, sir, I didn't do this service to you just to get something from you. Then the question is, why did you do this service? He said, I just wanted to please Krishna. I am doing this service to you, sir, just to please Krishna. So I don't need anything from you. Please, I don't need. But now still this old Brahmana's heart is still melting. He said, no. I want to give you still something. He said, okay, so you tell me what you want to give. Now, this maybe, what I'm going to say maybe looks alien thought in this current culture, but in the old Vedic culture, this was a way. He said, I have a daughter. I have a very nice daughter. I want that you accept her as your wife. He said, I want to give you my daughter. Now the thing is, this old Brahman belonged to an aristocratic family. Aristocratic means like a high level, like queens category. Maybe not that.
That's royal.
That's royal, yeah, that's royal. So aristocratic is high class, high class.
noble.
Yeah, noble, yeah, but high class. And the young Brahman didn't belong to the aristocratic family. He was a normal, nice Brahmin, but not aristocratic. So then the question came, he said, sir, what you are doing, what you are saying is not usual. It's not normal. It's not normal thing that you are telling me that you please accept your daughter. Your family will not agree on this proposal, sir, because this is not heard of. This is not usual. Brahman said, no, 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 no. Why you are worried? My daughter. She is my daughter. Who will tell me? My family tell me? No, no, no. I'll not. I'll give you my daughter. So he says, I want to give you my. He said, okay. Okay, if you, while I don't want, but as a matter of respect to you, I'll accept this proposal. Then he says, but Gopal is here, like deities are here, right? He says, okay, let's tell him this proposal, and he will become our witness, because you're committing me something. Let's have a Gopal as a witness. So let's see that what from the book what they say. So they say, yeah, so now they come close to the Gopal, like we go to altar. So the elder, listen carefully. Now what he's saying, the elder Brahman said, my dear Lord, please witness that I have given my daughter to this boy. Now the young Brahman again told same Gopal, he said, sir, my dear Lord, you are my witness. I shall call for you to testify if necessary later on. He knew the thing. He could sense it what's going to happen, right? So he told, I'm going to call you, sir, to testify if it doesn't happen. Okay, fine. So the things settled, and then they went back to the home where it's in South India. So this place where these Brahmanas belong to was in South India, right? So they again went back, nicely settled, and then both went to their own towns, cities. Things settled. Now, old Brahman started thinking. He said, I have promised him my daughter. So I need to explain this to my family. And the daughter, yes. I think daughter was the easiest part. So you'll see now what is the difficult part. So they, after a few days, then he called his family members. He said, listen, I went to pilgrim. There's a young Brahman who helped me. He helped me so much. Then I promise him that I will give my daughter to you. And as soon as they heard this is all us, no way, how can you do this? How can you do this? This is never possible. So there's a lot of chaos in the family. They said, no ways. We are aristocratic. I mean, he's like you want him to. You know what? In the aristocracy, if you do these things, people will laugh at us. They say, people will laugh at us that what you have done. Not agree. But he said, no. I promised. I'll fulfill. I promised. They said, if you do this, we'll all do suicide. Now this was a little serious matter. So one thing is that you insist that okay, no, you have to do it, but now it becomes so serious. They say if you do this, take on this proposal, then we'll do suicide. Now this is serious. Now this elder Brahmana is a simple-hearted Brahmin. He never wanted that to come to a point that he's marrying his daughter to he keeping his vow and entire his family now. Maybe even one person do suicide. It's not a good thing, right? He said, okay. He said, but I promised. Then the elder son is a cunning guy. He said, okay, fine. If the young boy comes, you just keep quiet. Rest I will manage. So when actually you keep quiet, you're not lying, If you just say, I'm quiet, then they say you're not lying. It's like Yudhishthir, Maharaj has done the same thing. So it's like a speaking and not speaking. So it's like you're not breaking your vow. He said okay. And then few days passed. Now the young Brahman of the thought, there is no message coming from the old Brahman. So let me see what's cooking. So one day he reached that place, their place, hometown. They say he went to see the old Brahman. He said, "Sir, what's happening? You promised your daughter to me." And as soon as he speaks this thing to the old Brahman, immediately his son brings a big stick. He said, "How can you say these things? How can you say this is not possible? This is wrong what you're saying." And as soon as the young Brahman saw the big boy coming to hit him, he just ran away. He ran away. But then he was sharp. He was smart. Because in the olden times, so it's not like a formal court. You have to go to court and settle the dispute. So the structure, there is a village has a leaders. So we call it panchayat, for example, village panchayat. Yeah. So there are senior people in the village. He collected all of them because he said this is not fair thing. Because the thing is, if you promise something in the front of the deities, it's not a small thing. And Srila Prabhupada mentions in the purpose that in the olden times, it's not that disputes will settled via only court. No. The disputes, many of times dispute will settle via deities. They will go to the deities and say, okay, this is our dispute, sir, please solve. Now, how it is solved is a different matter, but it was not the court-driven society. So now the panchayat came, they say, okay, fine, they asked old Brahman, did you promise? He's saying that you promised to marry your daughter to him. Old Brahman said, I don't remember. I don't remember. Now, as soon as he said this, because the boy, his older son was cunning, I told you before. He immediately said, this younger Brahman is a cheat. He's a cheat. What he's cheating is that he first took, my father has a lot of property. He took him to the pilgrim. He gave him something, to intoxicating. He made him intoxicated. And then first he looted his wealth. Okay? Now with that also he's not satisfied. Now he's saying something which is not usual. Did you hear anyone, any of you, do you think that our family can marry our daughter to him? They thought. It doesn't look like, it's not usual. It's not usual. So now, then they said maybe the situation is that the young Brahman he's a good character, but sometimes money also bewildered your mind. Yeah. So they say, okay, fine. We don't think that it's a good proposal. But then he said, but the old Brahman has made promise in front of Gopal. Yeah. So this is what he told. He said, okay. So then the son of the young Brahman, the older Brahman, he said, okay, you can bring him for the witness. Now this is also unusual, He has to come for a witness. And then, now this is what I like this part of the story where Krishnadas Kaviraj mentions the feelings of now young Brahman. When he heard all these things, he told all the elder people, he said he didn't have a grudge for the old Brahman. Because I felt myself, if this situation comes to me, I feel you're such a senior person, you're making this, you're changing your word, you're not clearly telling you what's happening, you're just keeping mum, you feel that he is a grudge, in the heart. It's not an honest thing. It's not honest thing, right? It's not a fair thing. But what he said, because he was a proper Brahman, Vaishnava, he understood the situation. He said, this old Brahman is under pressure of the family. He told. He said, this old Brahman doesn't want to lie, but I know he's under pressure of the family. That's why he's saying so. But I want to protect him. I want to protect his now vow. So I'll go to now Gopal and request him to come here. This is a big challenge. Now, as soon as everyone heard, because the sons thought it will never happen. You know, there's never now, you tell Karuna, Nitai and Gaurchandra, sir, please be witness. We want to take you to now Aindavan for something, some dispute. Not usual. It can be possible, but it's not usual. So the son was very confirmed. He said, this is not going to happen. But the old Brahmana, in his heart, he said, it is possible. It is possible. Because if he wants, if the God wants, if Krishna wants, everything is possible. So then, again he traveled back. It's a long distance, you know, maybe 30-40 days. He traveled back to the temple. And then he reached the temple. I want to now read it, what he told the deities, yeah? So that I don't miss the feelings and the sentiments. He says, yeah. So after the meeting, the young Brahman started for Vrindavan. Upon arriving there, he first offered his respectful obeisances to the deity and then narrated everything in full detail. This is very, very important, you know. Krishna says that I live in everyone's heart. So which means he is omnipresent, yeah, omniscient. He knows everything. Krishna knows everything, right? God knows everything. But still, as a matter of relationship, he explained all situation to him, that this is what happened. Whole story he told. Then he said, my lord, you are the protector of Brahminical culture and you are very merciful. Therefore, kindly show your great mercy by protecting the religious principle of us two Brahmins. Please give us this mercy. Please protect now our religious principles. Principle of truthfulness, principle of, the charity. Then he says, my dear Lord, I'm not thinking to become happy by getting the daughter as a bride. Now someone say, okay, he's thinking that, okay, I'm getting a good wife, aristocratic wife, why should I leave the chance? He's explaining his heart to the Lord. He said, no, sir, I'm not doing this just because I want her as a bride. That's not my intention. Then what is your intention? He said, I'm simply thinking that the Brahman has broken his promise, which is not a good thing. And that is giving me a great pain in the heart. Then he said, the young Brahman continued, he said, my dear sir, you are very merciful and you know everything. Therefore, kindly be witness in this case. A person who knows things as they are and still does not bear witness become involved in sinful activities. So this is beautiful. So now he's telling the god Gopal, he said, now you know everything. Yeah, you know what is happening. Now if you don't be a witness, then you are also now party to the sinful activity. Now Srila Prabhupada very nicely explained in the Purport, but he said actually there's nothing like sinful activity for the God. For the God there's nothing like sinful, He doesn't encourage sinful activities. But just like the simplicity of the heart of the young Brahman, this is how the loving exchange. They don't treat him like only the God. They have a feeling that, okay, he's now my witness, he's my friend, he's my father, he's my mother. This feeling is what actually we crave for in the heart. That's the purpose of entire our life, that this feeling comes in our heart. Oh Shishi, God Nitai Karna Sundar. You are, God Sundar, God Chandra. Yeah. So you are ours. You are my, like a family member. Yeah. So this feeling is very, very important. So then he says, now listen what now Gopal is saying, Krishna is saying, Lord says, Lord Krishna replied, my dear Brahman, you go back to your home and call a meeting of men, of all the men. You go back home, call a meeting. In that meeting, just try to remember me. Now, one of the quality of Krishna is that he can be present anywhere. Yeah. So like Narsimdev, he came out of a pillar. Prahlad Maharaj, Hiranyakashipu said, where is God? Where is Lord? Then, is he everywhere? Prahlad Maharaj said, yes, he is everywhere. Then Hiranyakashipu says, is he in the pillar? He said, yes. Immediately Narsimdev appeared. Yeah. So then maybe this kind of situation going to happen. Yeah. Now let's see what he says. Then Krishna continued. He said, I shall certainly appear there, and at that time I shall protect the honor of both you, Brahman, by bearing the witness to the promise. He said, I will take care of this situation. You go. The young Brahman replied, my dear sir, even if you appear there as four-handed Vishnu deity, because even if you appear in some form, four-handed Vishnu deity there, none of these people will believe in your words. Because they will say, oh, the witness you told us was a Gopal. Where is this? This is Lord Vishnu coming. So he said, they are not going to believe you. Okay, then what is the proposal? Your proposal. Then that means something in cooking in the young Brahman's heart, yeah? He says, only if you go there in this form of Gopal and speak the words from your beautiful face, your testimony will be heard by all the people. People will hear you only if you go in this form of Gopal, deity form. Yeah. Now, Krishna told him, he said, I have never heard of a deity walking from one place to another. No, neither we. Yeah. I mean, after this we hear. But yeah, so he said, I never heard of a deity walking from one place to another. The Brahmana is smart boy. He said, that is true. But how is that you are speaking to me although you are a deity? You know, we also have not heard that deity speaking usually. It's not a usual program. Then he said, now this is also a very, very important thing, which he is going to say. We need to scribe it in our heart. He said, my dear Lord, you are not a statue. You are not a statue. You are directly the son of Nanda Maharaj. Now for the sake of old Brahman, you can do something you have never done before. He said, you are not these, and Prabhupada explains actually. He said these deities, they are not a stone, they are not a metal, they are not a wood. Because Krishna can take any form. He is there. Now only thing is maybe we cannot perceive him. We may not be. Our conditioning is that we may not be able to perceive him, but he looks at us. There's a very famous story in Vrindavan. One saintly person was blind, and he usually goes to see the deities in Vrindavan, one temple, Thakurji Seva. So he goes to see him every day, and the boys, when he comes out, they started laughing. He said, "You're a blind man. Why you are going every day to see him?" Then what he replied? He said, "I am blind, but he is not blind. He looks at me. He looks at me. Like now, today we came all here, different places, yeah. So maybe everyone's exchange of love, exchange of feeling coming here may be different, yeah, maybe different, because everyone has a different feeling. But then they looking at us is more important than what we are looking. Well, our experience is different, yeah. So then they said, Yeah, so he said, you're directly the son of Maharaj Nand. For the sake of Brahman, you can do something you have not done before. Hare Krishna Prabhu. Now the Gopalji smiled. Now he knew he's not going to agree. He knows him that he's a stubborn boy. He's loving dear stubborn Brahman. He says, my dear Brahman, just listen to me. I shall walk behind you. In this way, I shall go with you. Now, Krishna is also not a, he's dealing also now, he's not a straightforward, he's like a crooked little. He said, he's saying, I'll go behind you. Right? But now he's putting some conditions also. What is his first condition? First condition is that you will not look back. Yeah, you will not look back. Okay, if I don't look back, how will I know you're behind me? You know, if he goes after half a distance, he goes away, runs away, then what this poor boy will do, you know? So he said, okay, you will feel me by tinkling of my these ankle bells. Yeah, Krishna is wearing ankle bells, you know, in the ankle you have tinkling bells. He said you will hear these tinkling sound. So which means I'm behind you. Okay, that's the one condition. What is the second condition, sir? So then the question is, what is your second condition? Second condition is that you will every day cook 1 kilo of rice for me. Now this is the second, because Krishna is a Bhakta Vatsal. He wants to enjoy the mellow with his devotees. So this is one of his need. He doesn't need anything actually. But what he's saying, please cook 1 kilo of rice for me every day. Good to see you. Hare Krishna. Let everyone settle. So then what happens? So then finally the journey started. Next day, journey started and Krishna started walking behind. And soon they reached the outskirt of the city where they were living, Vidyanagar. And then they, now the young Brahmins said, okay, fine, I have been, it's long distance already covered. If at this place now, outskirt of the city, let me now go myself and tell everyone Gopal has come to bear witness. And then he looked back, because he said, okay, even if now in this place he stays back, I mean, he'll not, I think I missed that one point. He said that you will not look back. Wherever you look back actually, that place I'll not move further. So that was another condition he put, Krishna. He said, if you look back, I'll stay back there. So now the old young Brahman thought, okay, this is not a issue, that okay, even if he stays back here, I'll bring everyone. So then he goes back to his town and tell even Gopal has come, witness has come, Sakshi has come. Yeah. So as he goes, everyone then, first someone were thinking that skeptical whether it's true or he's just crazy. But then as soon as they reached, they saw the beautiful deity standing there. They said, yes, Jai, 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 Jai. So they said, yes, he has come to bear witness. And then they finally, the matter got settled there. And then the king come to know of that state, that okay, this is how the pastime has happened, the story has happened. And he came and constructed a big temple. And then the Krishna, he spoke to these both Brahmanas together. He said, because they started serving him, he said, you both are my eternal servants. You are my servitors, eternal servitors. And I'm so pleased with you, please ask me a boon. What you want? Now they said, now our boon is that you will not go back. We want you to be now, you are come here now, please don't go back Vrindavan, you stay us here, only we want to serve you regularly. He said, okay, fine. And then the king constructed a temple. And then once, what happened, the king's wife goes and see the darshan of this Gopal deity, and she was wearing a nose ring, nose ring. Here the ladies generally wear, I don't know here, but India they wear nose ring. Not all, sometime. She has a very, very precious pearl in her nose ring. And when she saw the deity, she thought, I want to give this to him. This is what again the relationship, the loving relationship. You want to give something. She said, I want to give this nose ring to Krishna, but I don't know whether he has a hole or not. To have a nose ring, you need to have a hole also. And as an etiquette, once the deities are established, you can't now prick holes to put this nose ring. She had a desire. She went back home, and the night, the Gopal comes to her dream. He said, Mother, my mom Yashoda, because it's Krishna's original mom, Yashoda. When I was young, she kept a hole in my nose. So if you want to give that the nose ring, you can. And the next day, she was very, very happy. She told her husband that, okay, this is what I get a dream. And the next day they went and they asked the Pujari, can you check the hole in the nose? They said, yes, he has a hole. And there's a beautiful festival happened to give him the nose ring. And then that's how the Lord got established in South India. But now if you are carefully hearing, the journey started in East India. It was a place still around 2000 distance away. Then from the South India, the king of the East India, Orissa Pradesh, Maharaj Indradumna, he was a big devotee of Jagannath. And then he conquered that kingdom of Vidyanagar in South India. And then when he conquered the kingdom, then he requested, because he was a big devotee of Krishna, he requested the Gopal. He said, if you are please come to my state. Please come to my state in Odisha. Then Gopal granted his wish. He said, okay, I'll follow you. Follow me is not that now the same way, but I can come as a deity to you. Then finally he reached the Sakshi Gopal, and then from then on he was celebrated as a witness Gopal. And you can see now, I mean, it's like it's a very beautiful temple in Cuttack of Sakshi Gopal. Whosoever is going to Puri, generally they go and have a darshan of these deities. So what I was started actually is that when Krishna says in 9th chapter, actually this is a verse he tells 2 times in Bhagavad Gita. Man mana bhava mad bhakto. Keep absorbed in me, become my devotee. To get that impetus to become his devotee, if we really hear that how his merciful dealings with his devotees are actually, then actually we get that feeling, and then really I want to also serve him. He is such a nice person. He's a person, you can have exchange of love with him. So then they say, okay, if such a nice person, I also want have a relationship. Then we start having a relationship with him. And Srila Prabhupada said the best way of his relationship is chanting his holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So this basically chanting of Mahamantra is an umbilical cord we have. The babies have an umbilical cord with the mother. How otherwise little baby in the womb, how they get the food? They're not spoon fed. They're not bottle fed. They're automatically fed through by the mother's umbilical cord to them. And this chanting of this mantra is like that. Once we chant, we are fed. Our relationship, which is a soul's relationship, which we started with that, which is our true relationship, constitutional relationship, is established with the Lordship just by sincerely chanting. Prabhupada says it's a genuine cry of a child for a mother, for a father, for maintenance, And this is how we can do, and this is how Mahaprabhu gave this entire full program. Coming together, chant Hare Krishna, and then be happy. I mean, be happy means you find your relationship with Krishna, and then you find that okay, it's not the life is not only about the one part of the life, just maintaining a body, but I need to nourish my soul by all these activities. Hare Krishna, we end here. Any question, comment, or feedback? Anything you liked, you can share, or any thought.
I wanted to thank you for the way you told the story. It was very visualized. I could see whatever was told, so it's very touchy for me. So thank you very much.
Thank you. So actually, the way it's written, it's a video.
Okay.
So only thing I just repeated the word of Krishna's Kaviraj. So that's why you could visualize. But so all glories to him who has written this story like this. But yes, all our stories are like this. If we really visualize, you can feel that I'm there. I'm feeling that that's happening right now in front of our eyes. And these are our eyes. Actually, our eyes, the scriptural eyes are here, not here, because we can't see him as they are. But when we hear about Krishna, these are our eyes. Then we can see him here in the heart. We can perceive his presence that time. Thank you for sharing that. Hare Krishna. So now, what is the plan, Mataji? Raj?
Now Mataji will open the pages for Gaura.
Okay. So we have a Gaura Arti and then evening program and Prashad. Yes.
And
Thank
maybe
you.
like Prabhu, you can take one question if someone.
Okay. Any question? Any question? Anyone has? If you have. Yes. Mataji. Yes.
For which book is that?
It's the Chaitanya Chatamrit.
Where? The Adilila?
It's the Madhya 5.
Okay. Thank you for your lecture.
Thank you. Yes, Mataji.
Dutch.
English, sorry.
Is not so best.
Okay, you try.
Okay, thank you very much. I have read a few days ago in Bhagavad Gita that story, and you explain it. It is more clear for me now. Thank you very much.
My pleasure. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so no questions are a good thing. but I personally like I get nourishment when I hear these stories, because these give me impetus. What we said, that feelings that okay, why we should be connected to him? Why? Because when we see he's such a loving dear master, why not then? Then the question is why not? Who else? Krishna says, Suhritam Sarva Bhutanam. He says, I am the best friend of everyone. So if you have any person, go-to person, everyone has in their life go-to person. So someone have a mother as a go-to person, someone has a husband as a go-to person. Go-to person means that where you can go and tell everything without any fear, without any anxiety, without anything you have in mind, because the person will not judge you. The biggest problem in our life is that if I want to go somewhere and really go to person, the first thing I see, if I tell him something, Guhe Makati Prichati, if I tell him something secret, maybe he'll judge me. And the one person who should be our go-to person is Krishna. Why? Because he himself says, he's Suhritam Sarva Bhutanam. He said, I'm the best friend. He never judges us. Why? Because he has nothing to judge. He's always sitting here. He knows everything. He knows everything. Then the question is, then why, if he knows everything, why should I go and tell him? If he's sitting here, he knows everything here. So why? Because this is what he wants. That okay, is he taking one step toward me and expressing me? Okay, Krishna, I'm stuck here. Anything. You may have a material problem, you have a spiritual problem, anything. He's a go-to person. Please help me. Because this is how the Bhagavad Gita, entirely Bhagavad Gita started actually. Karpanya dosh upahatsa bhava prichhamitam dharma sammudhacheha. He said, Arjuna started this Bhagavad Gita just by this. He said, now I surrender to you. I am confused about my duty. And Srila Prabhupada, very beautiful purport. He said, all of us in this world have anxieties and perplexities. Perplexity means whether shall I not? Shall I do it? Shall I not do it? You know, this is a basic question. And he said, if we surrender to Krishna, he always helps us. What is the right direction? It may not be what we want. This is also very important. Let's not think that, okay, if I'm a serving Krishna, that life will happen exactly what I want, sir. No, maybe not. But it will happen what he wants. But what he wants will always be auspicious and good for us. That's the only difference. Because the baby may not know whether he'll put his hand in a fire or not, but father knows, right? He knows everything. So that's why, I mean, he has to be a go-to person.
Can I still ask a question?
Yeah, please.
I'm sorry I came late, but because I heard the last part that our eyes are the ears, because we can't see the Lord. And then we have to feel it in the heart through the ears. But when is it that, and are there indications that we know, okay, fine, this is what is happening in me, that I'm finally connecting to the Lord? Because the more you connect, the more Maya will come back strongly. And that keeps happening, that will probably keep happening till your dying days. Maya will never go away. This will keep us snatching us away from connecting to the Lord. So this tussle will go on. You keep connecting, you keep chanting, Maya takes you away. So when is it that you know that the faith is finally developed? How did it happen for you? What did you feel inside? I know I'm asking something very objectively, so it's a very subjective thing, but I face this, maybe others face this, that we do it, but we can't feel it. So when is it I get to know I feel?
Okay, so your question, if I summarize, is that you do it, you may not feel it, right? But I'll say you feel it. Sometimes you feel it, sometimes you don't feel it. Because if someone has started walking on this path, it will never be a situation that you never felt anything on this path. Because if you never felt it, it's very soon you will give up this path. Because it's normal. You can't carry on a relationship which you don't have any reciprocation. Only thing is what happens, we get a reciprocation which are maybe sometime, he gives sometime a wave, a flash of his existence, his confirmation that I am there, and he withdraws it. Why? Because he sees hankering now. He wants to see this hankering. There are only two struggles possible in this world. This world is meant for struggle. If you think it is not, it's at least I cannot confirm this. This is meant for struggle. You have only two struggles. Either you want to struggle for your life, existence, which is the Darwin's theory. I think it's a struggle for existence. The second is struggle to be Krishna conscious. Which path we choose? We choose second path. Because in this struggle, slowly, what you said, reciprocation, will start getting darker. Darker means more thicker. And you'll find, okay, now I'm there. It's there. But he gives, for example, even if you come to a program, you get some spike in the height. Yes, it's very beautiful. I liked it. I like the prasadam today. Just that impetus. The only thing I'll tell you, if you want to hang around this program, is be in the association of devotees. Ekaki amar nahi paya bhal harinama sankirtane. If you think single-handedly I can do it, you're mistaken. Even today, if I tell, okay, I'll not be association of this sangha, you're washed away. We are Krishna's. What you're saying, Prabhu? Maya. Whose energy is this Maya? Krishna's. Is she an ordinary? Deviyesh gunamai mam maya duratya. Krishna himself says, Deviyesh gunamai mam maya duratya. It's very, very difficult to conquer this Maya. But then, he says the next, he said, but if you surrender to me, then I'll take care. Now, surrender to him means what? Surrender to me is associate with devotees. Actually, practically speaking, if you miss that point, Because surrender doesn't mean that okay, I have a picture of Krishna there at home and there's a relationship. Maybe someone will have. I'm not saying that it's not possible. I'm not saying, but it's not usual, you know. Usually we get a relationship with our devotees first. We make devotees as our friends, and then slowly we start building on that relationship, and then we start perceiving through the eyes, the devotees' eyes. We start seeing Krishna. This is how everyone we saw Krishna through the eyes of Srila Prabhupada, right? Oh, I'm sorry. So yeah, it's done. Thank you for reminding me. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Shri Karunanithai Gaur Chandra ki jai.
Divya Mohan Prabhu ki
Srila Prabhupada ki jai. No. Who else?
Oh, you can do.
Okay.
Oh, you can do this. Can you do the no, you do it. No, Prabhu, you do it. You can set up Prabhu standing for him.
Yeah, I'm doing so.
Arati Katha
Divine loving way today, Sibhakta Swami. Srila Prabhupada ki ISKCON founder Acharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki Prem Thakur Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nishananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhaktivinoda ki Sri Sri Radha Krishna Gopakupanath Shyama Kund Radha Kund Giri Govardhana ki Sri Vrindavan Dhama ki Sri Navadvip Dhama ki Sri Dwarka Dhama ki Sri Jagannath Puri Dhama ki Sri Ayodhya Dhama ki Gangamai Jamai ki Srimati Tulsi Maharani ki Bhakti Devi ki Mani Naam Sankirtan ki Sri Sekalavani Tai Gaura Chandra ki Premanande. Oh, glory Sri Samudra. Oh, glory Sri Samudra. Glory Sri Samudra. Oh, glory to the Lord Jesus Sri Sri Guru Gauranga. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Start with the prayers. Pranam prayer? Yeah, Vrindai Tulsi Devai Prai Keshwasya Cha Vishnu Bhakti Pade Devi Satyavati Namo Namah Vrindai Tulsi Devai Prai Keshwasya Cha Vishnu Bhakti Pade Devi Satyavati Namo Namah Vrindai Tulsi Devai Prai Keshwasya Cha Okay. Vrindaye Tulsi Devyaye Priyaye Keshwasya Cha Vishnu Bhakti Prade Devi Satyavati Namo Namaha Vrindaye Tulsi Devyaye Priyaye Keshwasya Cha Vishnu Bhakti Prade Devi Satyavati Namo Namaha वृंदाय तुलसी देव्याय प्रियाय केशवस्य च विष्णु भक्ति प्रदे देवी सत्यवती नमो नमः
वृंदाय तुलसी देव्याय प्रियाय केशवस्य च विष्णुभक्ति प्रदे देवी सत्यवती नमो नमः
वृंदाय तुलसी देव्याय प्रियाय केशवस्य च विष्णु भक्ति प्रदे देवी सत्यवती नमो नमः
वृंदाय तुलसी देव्याय प्रियाय केशवस्य च विष्णुभक्ति प्रदे देवी सत्यवती नमो नमः
वृंदाय तुलसी वाणी की Krishna
Hare
प्रायकेश्वस्य च विष्णुभक्ति प्रतिदेवी सत्यवती नमो नमः वृंदाय तुलसी देव्याय प्रायकेश्वस्य च विष्णुभक्ति प्रतिदेवी सत्यवती नमो नमः वृंदाय तुलसी देव्याय प्रायकेश्वस्य च विष्णुभक्ति प्रतिदेवी सत्यवती नमो नमः वृंदा देवी तुलसी महारानी की जय भगवान की जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय Pandita Krishna Bhagwan ki jai. Ladies are also now open with their night dressing. Thank you so much. Thank you all for coming and participating in our weekly Sunday Feast Festival. It's for Amsterdam. Okay, we have the poster up. Coming Thursday is Sri Ramanavami Festival. So we have celebration in the temple starting at 4 o'clock. So hope all of you can make it and also with your family and friends. We have Bhajan Abhishek. We have the deities of Shri Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman from India. That is big. So we'll be having Abhishek for the lordships. It's going to be an amazing drama. I don't know how many of you have seen our drama performances over the years. Every time the quality has been only improving. We have, but Ritam is not there, right? You're not there? You're there or no? Okay. So Sita and the team, they always put up a very good performance. So please come and enjoy the festival. There will be Gaurati afterwards and Prashadam takeaway. A lot of service opportunities if you want to come and help us cooking or cutting vegetables. You will there last minute. So any service you want to do, decorations or anything, flowers, whatever you like, or if you want to contribute for the festival, or whole festival, temple in general, we run by volunteer contributions. If you want to donate anything, please approach Manik or myself or Raji, and we can help you to serve Krishna. So today's Sunday feast lecture was given by His Grace Devi Mohan Prabhu. Thank you so much for coming from Eindhoven. Prabhu and Mataji Arundhati and Pranav and Radha Govinda. They are here the first time here?
Yes, first.
Yeah!
Thank you for
Hari
inviting us, Prabhu.
Sure. Ashwini, where are the books? Oh, okay. So usually we have small gifts for people who come for the first time. So, it's for you. Yes. Thank you. Hare Krishna. And for Mataji and Radha, give a touch.
You want to try that?
Yeah, let them inside.
You
Yes.
give it to someone.
They will start learning Dutch now.
You can give it.
Here, Radha is here.
You can give it to your friends, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. More inquisitive.
Okay, anybody else who is here for the first time? Okay. Hey, you have come before? Rishikesh? Okay. Srini will come to you with the books. Please raise your hands. Okay.
English?
We hope you come back to our temple and the programs again.
You can take it.
Hare Krishna. So today's daily worship and in general all the Hare Krishna. So today's deity worship was carried out by Radhika Mataji and in general our deity worship team, Muktidatri Mataji, Ashtasakhi Mataji, Rujarani Mataji, Ananta Prem Prabhu and I'm forgetting one name. Okay, I forgot. Who else does deity worship? So anyways, there's a team of devotees who perform deity worship in our temple. So let's thank them all. So loudly singing Hare Krishna mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. The Sunday Feast Festival cooking was done by our team. Raji, Ganpati Anna, Bhavyaka, and Sachin, and Malik, myself. So you don't need to thank me, but thank everyone else. Let's stand on one more time. Hare Krishna mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So 27th of April coming up is King's Day. That's our biggest festival of the year. In the memory and in the legacy of Kadamakanana Maharaj, we'll be having a big, huge festival. His Holiness Swayam Bhagavan Keshav Maharaj will be coming from UK. So we'll be hoping that all of you will come and participate. 13th of May, 14th of May, His Holiness Sachinanda Swami Maharaj is here for Kirtan Mela Amsterdam and Holy Name Retreat Amsterdam. So if you're receiving our newsletter, we'll be having the details. So for any of these festivals, if you want to contribute financially, please again approach us in the reception. So that's it for today. Thank you again. We'll be having our clock is not changed yet. It's actually 6 o'clock almost. Until 6:30 we'll be having bhajans. Maybe Pranav can sing a little bit. Yeah. And 6:30 we close. So you can collect your to-go prasadam and we hope to see you again. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, yes,
Hare
Follow on this last 5 minutes. I think till the time she closes the also. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
It's okay, Omar, yeah. Full. Now we'll see you in the program. Chalo.
Thank you for staying for the nice lecture. It's really, I listened from home.
Ah.
Thank you for releasing Zativa. Her absence was really felt like she has so much energy. And made it up in the last 5 minutes.
चलो हाँ
मेरे घर की मेरी मदर है ये वाटिका में ही रहते थे वो अभी आए हैं गुड़गांव के ही हैं
आप लोग पास ही हैं यहाँ पे
हम होपडावर रहते हैं होपडावर
आज माता जी नहीं आए?
उसकी तबीयत ठीक नहीं थी
ओके ओके।
मेरी मदर आई है मेरी पास में
हरे कृष्णा सॉरी।
ये तो देहरादून में बस घर ले जाओ आप खाओ अपने आज वो रायता बड़ा अच्छा बनाया है जगन्नाथ जी का रायता बैंगन वाला
Because I always have to try to remember.
ज़्यादा खा रहे हैं
Radhe is taking that.
हम यहाँ से कर यही ले लो
मैं वेदांत में भी खा रहे हैं थोड़ा मैंने भी खा लिया चलो मैं देखता हूँ रूबल भी लेके चलूँगा
Hare Krishna.
Amazing prasadam.
It's amazing.
Very nice.
Prabhu is
It's
the
like
chef.
it's like a proper feast, huh? Thank you.
He looks like amazing.
He's the head chef.
Once a month. Yeah.
Today is his turn.
Yes.
Wow, we're lucky.
Energy.
Cake for kids only.
last Sunday
How old are you now?
60 but a stepchild
Your mom, dad, okay? You spent 1.5
I've like put on like 5-6 kgs
You have siblings? All love for you. You must be missing now the golden days of
We were there for 4.5 months.
The first I left,
Ja, nog zeker komen. Ik ben er altijd volgens mij ook.
So how are you going back?
Ja, dat is leuk maar.
He's taking Krishna.
Ja, die laatste dag en dan.
Prabhu, you stay near?
Just in center of Amsterdam. Not the best place, but yeah. There's nothing far here. So it's a small city. Up,
Eindhoven.
I know. कितने साल से हो?
No, we just came July, last July.
Oh, only in July.
Finish. Okay. Thank you very much.
And where are you from?
seemed to be a very nice.
Basically, यहाँ से.
So born and raised in Bombay, Mumbai. But then we moved
But I
to
did the
Delhi.
same class, similar.
I'm originally from the north,
Okay.
natively from there.
कहाँ से?
Good mom. Well, you were, yeah, I think you were smiling in
My
real life.
mother was born in Punjab,
Where?
Patiala.
Oh, Prabhu. Then you are,
I'm also born in Patiala.
Really?
Yes.
you have
My parents
some,
are still there.
Prabhu.
We are from Patiala.
Ah, actually, I didn't know you from
how we
there.
praise someone.
Patiala people still know she's from
Amazing.
Rajpura.
Rajpura.
No, I said we were lucky today that we came today.
Yes.
My father was born in just before partition. Raj को कहते हैं फैसलाबाद. Originally called Raj. 3.5 साल है यहाँ. उससे पहले 5 साल. Okay, so मुझे नहीं पता था कि आप पंजाब से हो पंजाब.
Speak with
It's all right.
तो फ्रैंकफर्ट में I used to go for Sunday lecture. वहाँ पर ऐसा प्रॉपर टेम्पल नहीं है. इसको भी ये कहते हैं प्रॉपर नहीं है, बट वहाँ पर we used to go to someone's home Sunday. मेनली वही होता था, फिर कभी म्यूनिक या कोलोन चले जाते थे. वहाँ पर अराउंड आई थिंक 2017 करीब या 16 के करीब 16-17 तो यहाँ पर आए तो year I came end of 2019 तो कोविड की वजह से 2 साल तो एकदम तो या ISKCON से तब से, लेकिन my father actually organizes Gita lectures. चिन्मया मिशन एक है, so he's the president for that senior.
Jagannath's favorite. Jagannath's favorite.
Basically,
Good
boil
for
this.
recipes.
कैसे बनता है? Right.
I go to
Other
take the
same
problem.
You're an amazing cook. Huh? I never knew this probably. So everything is cooked by you there? Chana. Multi-talented, huh?
So one day classes
So
on
nice,
the
I
cooking.
good to see you.
Do workshop.
I want to show you the
Yeah,
pictures
maybe.
how I dress going
Send us
there.
invite from
I was hoping that you would come.
Yeah, because you know, I
You can
don't know
also cook
what
for our meeting. It's so nice, Prashant.
No, it's like
Your game.
time, you know. Yeah, like
The cook went 1 hour ahead tonight. Did you know?
really.
Yeah, that was tonight. So I also got confused because here the clock is not right.
No.
So I was looking at the time for the office
Very different then.
and it was almost too late. I was running. And maybe I was thinking.
You were saying something,
If
sorry.
I messed up also,
Come
my
really
life stopped the time.
Because I have difficult knowledge, I remember. But this, I'm hosting this Mataji,
Yeah,
Premarata.
yeah, yeah.
Then she said,
She's ill, huh?
yeah, like has a cold. But then the way she tell me, you know, when I should go, like, no, it's too early, nobody there. And
He organizes the Gita lecture.
Yeah, yeah.
Instead of that senior
you can come.
Yeah.
And I want
And where is he?
to see the
He's in
baby
Delhi.
because
So get
everyone
it
was
Chinmaya OnePlus
special
series.
today. Everyone
They're
was
taking rest now.
Yeah, I took all the decorations.
But they are in bed and they go to
No, no,
sleep.
I did a lot
But
of
वो
right now.
US Canada
Yeah, more
league.
milk.
Yeah.
After that, I
Seriously?
went to bed.
Yeah. But I can see them. Huh?
Yeah, but you know,
और यहाँ पर फैमिली में आप
Yeah.
But I'll show you the pictures that
Yeah,
I
yeah,
made
yeah.
a lot of pictures.
Wow.
You want me to get a spoon and serve?
No, it's
Oh
like
my God, it was so
Very beautiful.
Yeah, it's called
I came here for
Turban, I guess. Turban.
जिस job के लिए आया था वो
And
Oh, you took it today?
उसकी वजह था।
I think last food. I think last. Well, going.
Then I joined them.
आपने दिया नहीं रवि प्रभु भी
हाँ?
two colors.
नहीं मैं अभी नहीं होगा तो मैं पेट भर के खाया था
Pasta.
Goranga and the Nichananda.
Yeah, but it
Profit directly
I didn't put on two sides. I don't like it on two sides because they
Uh-huh.
become big. Like last
So
they
just
want
one side.
Yeah, I always do one side.
Oh,
you know,
yeah?
and yeah, that's my style. I don't ever put that in.
Yeah.
I like the form of the roti.
Yeah.
No,
And so I
this is
not
my
only did I
favorite.
put it one side, but I put it in
So come sometime with him.
folded it.
He comes every.
But they took off. You took off already.
Yeah.
He is a teacher here.
You will see the picture. You will see
मैंने आपका वर्क भी कि
So I folded
इनकी
it
तैयारी में बोला
two
है.
on one
Because
side.
Yeah.
And
next week our classes
behind
9
part
chapter.
of each other, I
Yeah.
did behind
इनके डर से हमको पढ़ना पड़ता है प्रभु बाप.
below each other. It was like very small.
प्रभु करेंगे अभी. दो बार दो सेशन
I
करेंगे.
used to do that, going that way. And they used to, in the 20 years ago, like, in Radhadesh, because we follow what Radhadesh used to do. It's with a string
Yeah.
from very far away, so that it goes like that. You have seen it?
Yeah, yeah, of course. I lived there for like 8 months, right? And but you know, I don't like it too much when they put it
Yeah, me
too
too.
much.
Me
It's
too.
like
It is full exposure.
Yeah. So when I started the
Last time like we did.
yeah,
no string.
yeah, very good. I don't like the strings at all.
Oh, so it's the same.
Yeah, but
Very
I
same.
like them very small. It's like
Yeah.
go next to the body, then breaking down.
Yeah.
Very elegant.
Yeah.
It is close and
How they are.
Like from last year, from the marriage yesterday.
Yeah. Oh wow, you have same taste.
Yeah, maybe.
Same taste.
Maybe that's why the Lord arranged for me to come there. And then
last time our Vishnu program was very nice.
He's an IT
Yeah,
IIT.
Abhishek
I have
last time.
individual,
We
but
check
Part
out
of
the
the
business program.
He has his own way
little
of
different.
He also
you
did
know, this
Yes,
was
it's
really
very
Yeah.
But you could read
but it's not part of it is Vivekananda.
But you already finished.
yeah.
Actually, वो जो
I
ये
got my license.
गीता वाले
See my car.
वो चल रहा है लेकिन जो ये कहानी है ना वो तब
Because
confidence
she is
आता है
very needs to early, you know.
So you waited all
इसके
day.
बिना चलेगा
Yeah,
नहीं. We have a lot of
it's
Sushant.
kind of,
Works
yeah.
in the place that we-
Thank you for showing me. Thank you.
But also,
Yeah, I got two boxes and I'll put the date.
did you get something?
Yeah, I just put my, yeah, because you become very
So
young.
down there sleeping for night.
Here people they don't want to disturb you. If you have
So
problem,
you can bring
Confidence.
more milk and then I'll put them to bed, yeah?
And you don't come.
Open with the
No,
it's for yeah, it's for
But now it's a Sunday.
Yeah, I only come Sundays. Yeah.
after you unpack everything,
Every 2
yeah?
weeks I come again.
Because you know, I like to see you then this Mataji Premananda was telling
I was here early. I was all
Pajala and Rajpur I think would be like
doesn't matter, you're here now.
So next time, also Sunday.
Yeah, but not last Sunday because I'm but in 2 weeks, after 2 weeks, that Sunday I'll be here. And then after that, two times in a month I will be here. It will be my fifth service. I can get a
Oh yeah.
I'll take it to Rajesh.
No, I will do.
I just cannot what is he put to the off. ये खोलने की आदत आ रही है.
Wow, nice.
Okay, I'll take it. Hold on.
She can open any loss.
वो नॉट लगाएंगे वो खोल देंगे इसी से।
Yes. Okay. So we need to also put it down.
One more round.
बड़ा अच्छा कॉन्सेप्ट है so kind
It's like a family. In his house,
Located in Austria.
he's a Mahan center. He has Jagannath, big deity. Jagannath Baldev Subramanian.
Because I usually fast. When I cook, I fast. Like until I finish. So if I finish and get 30 or 30.
here everything and
Next time Ramnavami is people is exceeding 70.
I'm Arun 13.
अभी तक भी उसमें डिफरेंट डाला नहीं है।
अच्छा
पहले था
उसमें 10 आएंगे लेकिन 70 पे रोकते हैं फिर इसलिए मैनेज नहीं कर रहे हैं।
yes नहीं but you could put in this other group in other group
Still regularly.
Yeah.
85 हो जाएगा
कर देंगे
पर आएंगे 70
नहीं actually I was Prabhu
आप लोगों का reach
Ramnavami actually is going almost 70.
good job.
You want me to book a hall or what?
160.
पर महाराज माता जी saying that we can book a hall.
Mata is saying now.
स्वयं भगवान केशव महाराज 30th April.
It's already said we'll keep it at home.
At home.
वो तो decide हो जाएगा ना तो
No, sir. बड़ा रखना है then we can have, you know.
that is fixed at home. We call only people that who are regularly attending. Let's focus on that for the people.
Not a general type.
Because that intensity should be absorbed by people who are attending program.
Sorry, I don't rush it on. Who wants to let you?
Mataji,
Rajay Dubu, phone yardo. Srini, whose phone is this? It doesn't turn on, turn off, nothing, no functionality. What is this?
No, it is operated by him from there.
From him there? Oh, wow, this is odd.
No, but I don't know now if he has seen or not. Kipabu, can you close? Yeah. Okay. The flash is on.